Dave is undefeated with 2-0.
The referee asked me to say that he has a massive cock, but I don't think it's going to work. It's kind of hard to work that into a conversation.
I was promised €1,000 if I say situation. I don't even know what that means, or why I was promised so much money for it.
We drop down to the featherweight division for our fifth match between Paul Mccarron in the black trunks and Dave Armstrong in the black tie shorts with the red and white trim. Dave fights out of IFS, and Paul representing Monaghan Mixed Martial Arts tonight.
Look for these two featherweights to come out strong and aggressive. Dave Armstrong showing good stand-up right away.
So Dave actually has a fairly deep background in stand-up. He's a second degree in ITF Taekwondo, and he did kickboxing for a number of years before he found mixed martial arts. Well, he said once he started training in MMA, he was hooked.
I think Paul can see that stand-up advantage that Dave might possess and looks for that takedown straight away. And gets the double leg, nice.
A very nice double leg, well executed against the cage there by Paul Mccarron.
Has side control right now. As long as he can keep control of Dave's left leg, should be able to keep it. Looks maybe to circle the north-south position. Dave's able to replace that half guard.
Yeah, so a good technical chess match happening on the ground now as both try and get the advantage. Armstrong's been able to work back into half guard, and he's pushing out to take full guard, which he does.
We've seen Dave has very strong stand-up. We'll see how his ground skills can go from inside his guard.
And great posture there by Mccarron as Armstrong works very hard to break him down. And now looks for an armbar, and that looks like it's tight. That could be in.
Turns over his back and is able to step out of it.
What composure there by Mccarron, stepping around.
Escape. What an escape.
He did extremely well.
Establishes that side control position again.
I suspect that Mccarron may struggle throwing darts later tonight. That seemed to be tight on the elbow for a second there, but he kept his composure extremely well.
Dave may seem to be the stronger of the two fighters, able to move Paul around from that top position. Although at a very big disadvantage on the bottom and side control.
He tries to set up for a triangle possibly. Now he's going to reverse into turtle position. He tries again to hook that. Is he looking for a triangle there, do you think, Jake?
Paul's keeping himself in a very dangerous position with Dave able to snap his legs back up and pull off a submission.
It looks like, as you said, Dave is the physically stronger of the two. And he's just, big shots landing there from Paul Mccarron. He landed two.
Dave needs to circle behind and maybe look for more of those shots. Throws a big knee to the shoulder.
I think he might be struggling with the grip strength of Armstrong. It seems once he gets a hold of his hand, he really struggles to get it free. What should he do there to try and get his hands free?
If he pulls it to the thumb side, he should be able to get it free. Dave again looking for that strong armbar of his. And the end of round one. Exciting round one. Good ground battle.
Yeah, this is the first ground battle I think we've seen so far. Paul Mccarron reacted to the strong striking of Dave Armstrong by getting a nicely executed double. And worked to stay in the ascendancy on the floor. How would you score that round?
It's hard to score with all those submission attempts coming up, but I definitely give the nod to Paul with the top position being established for the majority of the round.
I couldn't agree more. A respectful pause there as our ring girl walks past. As we're heading into our second round here in this featherweight contest. Both fighters still seem very fresh, although they had quite a hectic ground battle for the first round.
Dave should be looking forward to the start of this first round as they're going to start on their feet and should have the advantage again going into the second round.
Do you think we're going to see a shot from Mccarron early in this second round?
I do. I think he'll look to shoot him up against the cage quickly.
As with the storied background of Armstrong that he has in stand-up, you really can't blame him taking that tactic.
Definitely not. Looks to have strong hands and strong legs as a big right leg kick sets in, and another.
You can hear that crack all around the Ulster Hall here as it lands on the meat of the thigh.
Paul looking to set that shot up maybe with hands.
Armstrong is stalking him now, cutting off the ring, backing him up against the fence. And obviously hoping to take away the blemish of that first round.
Looks to pull that guillotine off. He's got both arms in.
We know he's certainly got the strength in those arms.
If he jumps his legs up, he may be able to pull it off here.
And do you think he might be a little bit wary about doing that because of how it went in the ground in the first round?
Could be. Paul's looking to finish that double leg. Looking to maybe set up a trip or perhaps a head and arm throw.
And a short right hand there by Armstrong as he tries to get some separation out of this clinch.
Dave's bettered his position with Paul coming up into that clinch. Back down into the double leg, looks to lift him again, reminiscent of the first round, and gets the double leg. However, he's in full guard and that guillotine's locked in. Looks to be pretty tight.
It does look. Do you think he has a chance of finishing that?
Paul doesn't seem to be in too much panic, so maybe it's not as tight as we thought.
It looks like you're right, Jake. His head pops out there. Armstrong bails in that submission. Tries to soften up his opponent with some short rights.
Paul looking to stand up and establish that posture and maybe rain down some ground and pound.
So what is Mccarron looking to do here standing up, Jake?
With the standing up position, he's able to get a lot more range on his punches and put a lot more power behind him. At the same time, he's vulnerable to his legs pulled in and maybe being swept as he goes back down to the ground.
Dave seems to be able to control the amount of damage he's taken on bottom so far, at least. Not taking too many shots.
Paul seems to be circling for an angle, perhaps, which is good to open up the guard. At the same time, may leave his arm vulnerable again. Looking for an ankle lock.
Drops back for a straight ankle lock.
Really putting a lot of force on that ankle. Dave circles out. Maybe take this fight back to his feet where he wants it.
And initially it looked like Dave was going to let him stand up, but changed his mind. And he's back and landing some big shots from the feet.
What an end to round two for Dave Armstrong.
Certainly put an exclamation point in what was a back and forth round.
Yeah, you can give that round maybe to Paul with the top control, but at the same time, a strong finish from Dave Armstrong.
So as we're moving into our third round here, Jake, who do you think has it so far in the eyes of the judges?
It's very hard to tell. Dave obviously looks like the stronger fighter and is able to maybe pull off a bit more of the technical aspects of the game. But at the same time, Paul's established that top position for the majority of this fight, both rounds.
Mark Leonard and UFC veteran Jake Hecht coming to you from the Ulster Hall in Belfast, Ireland for Clan Wars 10. Paul Mccarron, Dave Armstrong fighting in the GMP featherweight division. Our fifth fight this evening, and we're moving into the third round. And both our fighters look tired but ready for more, I would say, Jake.
Exactly right. We'll see if Dave can't keep this on his feet a bit longer and establish that control that he has standing up.
Now, at the start of the second round, we saw Dave cutting off the ring, backing Paul up and looking to land some strikes. We'll have to see if he takes the same tactic. And on the reverse of that, we have Paul circling away, landing some shots, and it looks like he's looking to set up a takedown perhaps.
Dave again working those strong leg kicks. You can obviously see his Muay Thai strong background. Paul will be pleased to see that mark left on his left eye tomorrow when he looks in the mirror.
Absolutely. And Mccarron shot from outside there and actually ran his head into the knee.
In deep on this double leg.
And Dave has a deep underhook there as he defends this shot. Mccarron driving hard to try and get the takedown, where he's had the majority of his success in this fight so far.
Again, gets that big double slam.
And get the takedown he does. So how much gas has he got in the tank now to push this round for the decision?
Not sure. I was wondering that in his corner between rounds 2 and 3. He was able to pull this takedown off, so let's see if he hangs out on top and is able to maybe posture up and land some more of those strikes from top.
He does look a lot more fatigued than we saw in the previous rounds. He's not posturing up as quickly. The last couple of times he got to this position, he immediately stood, but he's foregone that option this time. Wonder is any of that coming down to how tired he feels?
Could be. Dave Armstrong from this bottom position, he may be at a disadvantage here because I feel as though he might be down 2-0. He might want to push back up and stand on the feet and look for a finish.
There are 2 very close rounds, but referee
doing Dave Armstrong a favor.
He does him a solid, sends him a lifeline here in the third, but immediately back in
right
for the takedown.
Double leg.
You have to think that if Mccarron gets another big double leg slam, it'll seal this round for him.
Could very well indeed seal this round for him, as he's had top control for the majority of this fight.
There seems to be an air of urgency about Dave Armstrong now as this round closes down. He's been unable to generate much momentum this round so far, with the brief exception of when he was able to launch some bombs at the end of the second.
Dave Armstrong needs to circle off, get some space, and look for that KO victory. Paul really strained to get that takedown and seal this victory for him.
A great performance from 2 talented fighters, though, just the same. All these rounds have been extremely close, and they've kept it going right to the final whistle as we head into the bell for the 3rd round.
A good fight. We may see the nod go on Paul's side for that top control. At the same time, Dave showed a lot of technical abilities on the ground, going for submissions as well as a strong stand-up game, so this could really go either way.
Let's head to inside the cage for the official decision. Let's see how this plays out then. Our official decision, the Clan Wars judges have scored for a majority win, fighting out of